The Russian-Ukrainian conflict has entered its 7th month, but the prospects for negotiations remain fragile and show no signs of abating. Ukrainian presidential advisor Mikhailo Podoljak said yesterday that Moscow has repeatedly persuaded Kyiv to join the new round of talks. Ukraine, however, is skeptical of the proposal, saying it is Moscow's way of buying time, while amassing more strength for a new offensive. By calling for negotiations, Russia hopes to freeze the conflict and maintain control over Ukrainian territory, commented Podoljak. Kyiv has repeatedly reiterated its position that talks will only take place if Russia agrees to withdraw its troops from areas of Ukraine it controls. Kyiv has said it will never make territorial concessions in order to reach a peace deal with Moscow. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently announced that the conflict that began in Crimea, the peninsula Russia annexed in March 2014, will end in Crimea. In another related development, Ukrainian military chief Valery Zaluzhny said yesterday that some 9,000 Ukrainian soldiers had been killed in the 6-month conflict. However, it is unclear whether the figure includes other forces such as border guards and militias. The European Union, EU, is considering launching a massive training program for Ukrainian soldiers in a neighboring country. Speaking on the sidelines of a forum in Spain on August 22, the European Union's High Commissioner for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Josep Borrell, said EU defense ministers would discuss developing a training program at a meeting in Prague on August 29. The plan of the Ukrainian soldiers' plan. I hope this proposal will be accepted. Of course, it will be a difficult task, Borrell said, stressing that the training program must be commensurate with the scale of the conflict. A protracted war requires not only material support, but also the training and organization of the military, he said. The Euractiv news agency, citing sources familiar with the matter, said Ukrainian officials sent a letter to Mr. Borrell asking the EU to organize a training program, and that the bloc was studying various options. The European Union, along with the United States and Britain, has provided Ukraine with substantial military aid since the outbreak of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict in February. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said only Hungary and Austria were the 2 EU countries that refused to offer weapons of Kyiv. Arms aid to Ukraine is not taboo for any European country except Hungary and Austria, although it has been the case in the past, Kuleba said. The United States and Britain have launched a program to train Ukrainian soldiers to use weapons provided by the West and teach them combat tactics. Active Western support for Ukraine has been criticized by Russia. Moscow believes that these efforts will only prolong the conflict, but will not reverse the hostilities.